G'day guys, it's Kim here from Kim's Homestead with you today. Here in Victoria. I can't say it's sunny, but it's semi-sunny at the moment. We've had a nice bit of rain and I've been to Bunnings. So what better day to plant your young seedlings that you've just bought than a nice half rainy day. Actually a full rainy day would be better, but still we've had probably about 4 mils so far, which has been absolutely wonderful, and with any luck we'll get a bit more later on and that'll settle the plants in nicely. So today I thought I'd just wander around the yard and plant a few seedlings and bring you along with me. Well, here are some of the plants. We have pentas. I've got 2 pentas. One is a nice maroon colour, sort of pinky purpley colour, and one is a nice red colour. I have a pinky type verbena, which I think will be quite pretty. What else have we got? Ah yes, some aster, dwarf aster. It's not focusing real well, but there we go. There we go. And let's see, some dwarf stock and portulaca cocktail mix. That's what I've got here, and I've got more to be planted later, which I'll show you then. So here we are over near the pond, and these are the planters that need to be planted up. Now you remember when I put the fish in the pond, how little they were at the time. Now let me see if I can get a reasonable shot. There we go, some of them. They've gotten quite big now. Gotten huge actually. Doesn't take long, that's for sure. Well, I'm all caught up. Silly looking thing. So, what are we going to do? Well, let's start by taking this old shit off. Hang on, let me get this around there. That's it. Okay. Get out the weeds, of course. These I just twist off. They're finished, or I can cut them off. I find twisting's just as easy. No, that one doesn't want to twist, so we'll cut him off. There we go. They've finished, so and I suppose I'll do this lot as well. So once I do this lot, and then I clean up in here, as we've got these ones to do as well, I'll get back to you. Well, looks like we've got the supervisor on the job today. Haven't we, Patches? Eh? Where are we going to put all our plants? So here's some of the plants that we've got. And there's some more just there. The colour's coming up funny on this. So we have, let's see, I think we shall do 2 of the purple pentas, 2 of the red pentas in this one, and we'll do the same over there. And maybe I'll go along the front with some asters. And the verbena, that one there, and the stalks I'll put over in those 2, and I think the portulaca can go in that pot there. So I've already got some verbenas in here. This is mostly filled up with gladiolis, so when they come up the others can come out, or they'll just all grow in together. So hopefully that will keep a few bees happy, because they usually like the verbenas and the asters. I haven't tried the pentas before. They reckon it's nice for bees and butterflies, so that'll be nice. And the stalks smell better than the chooks. Yeah, so I'll get these planted up. I won't do the one-handed thing because I can't see what I'm doing at the best of times. So I'll just come back and take little photos as I'm going along, and yeah, we'll see how we go. So here we go, all planted up now, and I've got the hose going, filling up the fish pond. It's a bit down, but once that's done, then I'll give these a jolly good water in. Now these ones I've already watered once, but they really do need a second watering, or even a third really. Just so dry. But anyway, that's got them done and dusted. And as you see, I've got a little bit of a mess there to clean up. But tomorrow, if I can, I've got that one to get into. I've picked all my tomatoes, and they're cleaned up and bagged up and in my freezer. So now it's time to clean up the tomatoes. I won't let them go any longer because they're just full of blight. That 43, 44 degree day we had just knocked them too much. And I've got enough tomatoes. So I'll pull that down. I've got some weeping hose I've got to put in there and give it a good fertilise up and get ready to plant some plants for autumn and winter. So this will put on a really nice show once they're all up and flowering, and I think the bees and the butterflies will have a great time. Anyway, I'll get back to you with a couple more later. Right, so what we're going to plant next is this beautiful dahlia that I bought. I've got a nice pot in the fernery here for that. I don't know whether you can see it properly, but the colour is just beautiful. I think it'll look very pretty in here. But first of all, it's a little bit dry, so I'm going to pop it in our little fish tank here to hold it and to give it a good water, just in case I don't get back to it. We've got a few other plants in here, as you can see. My lettuces, cucumbers. There's another echinacea there that needs planting out. So this is where I store them at the moment until I'm ready for them to go out. Keeps them watered, and the fish poo keeps them fed. And as you see, I've got a few more little fishies in there. They're coming along quite well. So let's go and show you where we're going to put this dahlia. See, I've got a bit of work to do in the fernery in here. So there's a lot of weeds, and because I've been off my feet for so long, it's just getting into a right old mess. But we'll clean her up and make some sort of sense out of it. My other little pond in here really needs cleaning out and putting some fresh water in. This is the one that Barney likes to go wading in, so he needs some little fishies or something in there to amuse him. I thought maybe just some mosquito fish in there. So I thought I would also try this out. This is something I picked up from Bunnings as well. It's the Little Sucker Mini Pond Vacuum. Apparently you stick it on your hose and it removes the water and sludge and debris and everything from the bottom while it's putting in fresh water. It sucks out the old stuff and puts in fresh stuff. So I've used something like this once before and it worked reasonably well, but I lost it. So anyway, I decided to pick up another one and redo the pond in here. And the one out near the chook pen really needs a good vacuum too. So here is the pot that I plan on putting the dahlia in. I'm hoping it's going to be in the right position there. Unfortunately, it doesn't get a lot of water, so I may have to think the position before I go planting it up. And here's my bacopa tree that I've growing roots in. It looks like it's working really well. So I have to chop it off, as you see. It'll go through the roof if I don't. But anyway, we shall see. And that's the rest of the garden there. God, it needs a really good go. Anyway, we'll get into it. Bit at a time. Okay, so what I've decided is I'm not actually going to plant that bush here this afternoon. Upon reading the label again, it said it prefers an open sunny position. This is certainly not sunny. So I will probably have to find something else to go into this pot. In the meantime, I've got this one which I've been meaning to cut back and replant for quite a while now. Hopefully it's not dead. I know it looks like it at the moment, but it goes dormant for a fair while. So this one's a type of a fuchsia. It has a blueberry type edible fruit on it. So I thought I'll give it a bit of a tidy up, reposition it. Needs a good prune back, and I'll plant it in the ground somewhere. So all I'm going to do is cut off all these lower branches. These ones that are sticking out and so forth, they don't really need to be there. No. Yep, it's still alive. So I think I'll prune it so that it actually goes up horizontally. Cut any of the branches that are going to be crossing other branches or growing into the centre. I want to keep it in a nice open vase shape. And of course when you cut it, always cut it at about a 45-degree angle, and that stops water collecting in the top of it and rotting the branches from the top down. And always cut down to a bud. There we go. A bud is that little dimple part there. Now we've got a bud here that's going inwards. That's not the one I want to keep. This one here is going outwards like this. So this is the one I'm going to keep. Cutting off any of the dead bits at the end. Just give it a good general tidy up. course, any pieces that are going to be too long, just cut them back. Get in there, cut out any dead bits, otherwise you get rot in the centre, which is not what you're wanting. There we go, and that's brought it back to more or less a nice open vase shape. I've also got some roots in the bottom there coming out of the bottom, and that's why I know I can either chop it back, which sometimes if it's like a major tap root, it can kill the plant. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put it in the ground rather than put it in another big pot. I won't put it in this one because I'm thinking I might see if I can get some nice fishbone fern or something and put in here. Or seeing as this is for the cats, I may even put some catnip in here and let the cats have it. If they get into it too much, I'll just put a wire cage around it and they can chew on whatever grows on the outside, like you do with chooks. Just get out any weeds. And once this is in the ground, I'll probably give it a bit of feed with a good nitrogen fertiliser. I've got a number of them, so yeah. Now all I've got to do is figure out where I'm going to put it. Okay. So it looks like this is a fairly good spot. It should get a reasonable amount of water without getting too waterlogged. And of course it'll be nice and protected here. And I can just dig this weed out. Yes, I know it's the wrong sort of shovel, but it's what I have. Seeing the plant's dormant anyway, I should be able to just about bare root plant it. So I can cut that potting mix right back. Because I don't think I'm going to get very deep here. Right, the neighbours' trees tend to encroach a fair bit. Right, that's about all I'm going to get out of there. a nice big tub of water here. Okay, one down, about 99 to go. Right, so now I think I'll just reposition you, and we might start getting rid of a few of these weeds and feed them to the chooks. I tell you what guys, as a gardener, this getting old and being disabled really sucks. But you do what you can do, and for today that's it for me. My foot's absolutely killing me, so I'm going to call it a day and go in and have a painkiller, and if it's late enough, probably a little glass of grape juice or two. Well, I hope you enjoyed my little round the garden and just pottering. That's about all I can do now. Honestly, I used to be able to get into this and have it all cleared up in a day. Swept and replanted and dug up and everything else. It's so frustrating when you can't do that anymore. But even if it's just 5 minutes a day, it's good for the soul and good for the heart. So I hope you follow me along on my next video, and if you enjoy these videos, think about liking and subscribing. I would really appreciate it, and I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now. Ow. Yep, I've overdone it.